Hello everyone, myself Sabri and I welcome you to our channel Solution Bridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials. We will walk through one of the key components of Power Apps today, the form control. This is the interface through which user interacts with data. So we will see what the form control is, why is it essential, types of form control, and most importantly, how you can leverage its features to build dynamic and intuitive forms for your apps. Now let's see what is form control and why is it essential. Form controls are the building blocks that allow developers to create the visual and interactive elements within the application. Form control serves various purposes such as data input, data display, data manipulation, and user interaction. Now let's see what are types of form control that we have in Power Apps. We have two types of form control. First comes is the edit form, and you can obviously understand from its naming convention, which is used to add or edit information to the existing source. The second type is display form, which will help us to view the information that is already available in the source. Now let's jump to my computer screen where we will be creating a simple form to add and edit the data from a SharePoint list. I'm already on the blank Canvas app where I have two screens, one is home screen and an edit screen with just headers. So here I have taken an SharePoint list as one of my source and the name of the source is shoe inventory. The use case what I have taken here is a shoe company named ComfortWorks is trying to manage its product inventory. So we will be creating a gallery to view the list of information and leveraging the form control to add, edit and modify the existing information. So I'll take you to the SharePoint list where I have the shoe inventory data. So I have product name, product number, product category, color, list price, size, quantity, stock, weight, and image as the individual columns. So let's get back to the Power Apps, go to the tree view, and in the home screen, we will add a gallery control to list the information that is available in our source. So I have used the vertical gallery option and I'm setting the source to my shoe inventory. I would like to change the title to reflect my product number. So I'm just setting it to this item.product number, increasing the gallery size so that we will be able to view the complete list of informations of the items. So I'd like to set the color for a background. If you are new and would like to understand the gallery control in detail, we request you to watch a previous video and I have given the link of the video in the description for your easy access. Now let's add an icon here which will help us to navigate to the add edit or view screen where we will be adding a form which is used to add or edit the information. So go to the insert and type add and select the available list of options. In the icon I would like to go with add library. So just drag and drop it here, resize it and adjust the color accordingly so that it will be visible to the users. So I would like to set the color as white. On select of this button, we should navigate to the next screen. So select navigate and open the bracket so you will be able to see the list of screens. You can select add view screen and just have it closed. Let's hold the alt key and click on this button to see if it is navigating. Yes. So we have a blank screen here in the add editor view where we will be inserting a new form. As we have seen already, we have two types of forms. One is display form and another one is edit form. Here we will be using the edit form since we are trying to add the data to the source. So go to insert and select the edit form. Drag and drop it on the canvas, arrange it accordingly and set the data source to shoe inventory. On selection of the data source, you can see that Power Up as processing something and on the successful processing, you will be able to see all the columns what you have seen in your SharePoint. If you clearly note, you will not be able to find the title, thumbnail, photo, target quantity. Some columns are available here. So these are the hidden columns in the SharePoint. So you can just select any column, go to column settings and show or hide columns. You will be able to see all the list of columns. So these are the few columns which you can see title, thumbnail, photo, target stocks, which are hidden, but still our Power Up have picked it. So you can expand the form control here to view the list of options as well. And you can select the required data card which needs to be deleted. So I would like to select the title and click on delete so that we will be able to remove it from the view. So I'm deleting title, similarly deleting the target quantity, a thumbnail photo, and the attachments. So now let's see what are the options available in the properties pane. So you have fields, which defines the list of fields available. You can use this to rearrange the columns as well. Next comes snap to column. This is completely based on the columns option what we have defined. Since we have defined 3 and the snap to columns is on, cards are divided equally into the number of columns what we have set, which is 3. When it is off, we have the privilege to adjust the width dynamically. Let's say if you set it to 4, now the cards will be auto arranged to 4 with equal width. And if it is off, you have the privilege to select the card and increase the width automatically. So let's go back and turn on so that it gets auto arranged, and I'd like to have 3 columns. Next comes the layout, which has 2 options. One is vertical and horizontal. This defines the title and the data card arrangements either in a vertical or a horizontal position. So currently we have selected vertical, and if you see horizontal, you will find like this. So I'd like to set back to vertical. Next comes the default mode. We have 3 default modes, which is edit, new, and view. So edit is used whenever we are editing an existing information in this list. New option is used to add a new entry, and view will just give the user to view the form. So visible, position, and size are the default options available to the every control of the Power Apps. Color is used to set the background color, so I'd like to have a background color added to my form. And finally, we have option to set the border as well. Other than these properties available in the properties section, there are few other properties one should be aware of before starting working in the form control. So you can go to the drop down available here, which lists down all the properties. The important option what we have here is an item. This item defines the specific item which is to be viewed or displayed whenever the default mode is set to view or edit. So for instance, our show inventory has a list of columns, and this command defines which item to be viewed if the default mode is set to edit. So going further, we have on success, on reset, on failure property, and on success property gets triggered whenever the data what we are entering in the form gets successfully submitted to the source. So I'd like to add a function here which notifies the user on the successful submission of the entry to the source. So let's call the function notify, open the bracket, and say the message as data submitted successfully, and this is of the notification type success, and close the bracket. So similarly, we will define a notification function in the on failure property which notifies the user that there is an error submitting the data. So we call the function notify and update the error message as error submitting data, please try again. Close the quotes, set the notification type as error, and close the bracket. Now it's time for us to add a button here which we can use to have this entry submitted to our source. So go to insert, look for an option called save, insert it, place it accordingly, resize it, and change the color, set it to white. On the on select property, we are saying that it should submit the form. So submit form of form 3. On successful submission, it should reset the form as well. So I'm using one more command called reset form of form 3. And we should have a back button which we can use to go to a home screen. So go here, say it as back, click, have it arranged, and set the color to white. This should navigate back to our home screen. Close the bracket. As I said earlier, to use it as a new form, we need to have this default mode set to new. And let's say if you are interested in viewing some information, this property should be set to view or edit based on whether viewing or editing the line item. So since we are having one form, we need to set this dynamically. So we will be leveraging the edit form and new form functions. So in the home screen, while you are clicking this button, we will set the property to new. So we are calling a new function called new form of the name of our form, which is form 3, and close the bracket. Whenever we are clicking this button, it initially navigates us to the screen and also sets the form mode to new form. So once you click on Alt and click this button, now you can see that this is navigated and we have a new form already opened. Let's get back to the home screen, run the app and see it in action. So I'd like, here you can see the list of entries. So I'll click on this plus, which takes me to the add screen. I'm adding a new product to the inventory. I'm saying test. Let me fill in the information. I have filled in the information where I have given the product name and product number as test so we can identify it in our gallery. I'll just click on this save button. So let's wait to see. There it comes. So it says data submitted successfully, which confirms that our on success property has triggered, which means the data what we have entered is saved to our source successfully. If you see here, now in the form, it gets resetted and we are able to see no item to display. So we need to add one more command in our save button, which reset the form and again brings the form to new form mode. So let's say new form of form 3. So let's run the app, go back and see if we have the item test available. Scroll to the last. This is what we have added, test and test, and that is available. Now we have the privilege to add a new entry. Now we need to make sure that we are able to edit the existing entry in this gallery as well. So if you see, you have a small button tagged to each item, and what this button does on click is it's just select the parent. So we will be using this button where we will be saying that on click of this form, select the parent line item and set the form mode to edit form. So I'm calling a function called edit form of form 3. Select the form name, close the bracket. Once the parent is selected and the form mode is set to edit, we will be navigating to the add or view screen. So we'll be using a navigate function and select the add or view screen and close the bracket. If you remember, we have seen a property called item in the form, which defines the item that is to be visible in the form when the default mode is set to edit or view. Now we will be leveraging that property to show the item that is selected in this gallery. So the name of the gallery is gallery 4. So we'll go to the form 3 and select the item property and set it to gallery 4 dot selected. So gallery 4 dot selected. So let's get back to the home screen, run the app and try clicking this button and see it in action. So we have selected Snickers 1 and you can obviously see all the information that is available is selected. Let's try modifying this as 0001 and if we try to save it, let's see what happens. We are getting the information as data submitted successfully, and if you remember, we have set the new form and on the successful submission you can see the new form is also getting updated. Let's get back and see if we have the updated information available. Yes. So currently what we have done is we have added a gallery. We have linked that gallery to this form and we are using this single form where we can edit and add the information. By this, we come to end of this video. I have already given the Microsoft official link for the detailed forms and the edit forms. Please take a look. If you have any further questions, you can post it under the comment section and we will try to respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon for our new video alerts.